Okay, so what I'm going to do in today's video, I'm going to compare GPT4o and Claude Opus. I'm going to use a couple of different tools. One is obviously going to be Claude Opus. So what I like to do when I'm using Claude, what is this? Golden Gate. Okay, that's interesting. We'll take a look at that after. But what I like to do with Claude is I like to first use it using the API. The problem with the free version is that the free version is very, very limited. If I use the free version, then I wouldn't be able to write my full articles. It's going to be very difficult for me to do so. So what I like to do is I like to use the API console, and it's not very expensive as well because you are just paying by the API calls in which you're doing, right? And you can start a new prompt, and this is where you can prompt using Claude Opus. But if you have the free version, then you can just use the same method, right? And then I'm also going to be using the playground mode. So this is a playground mode. Everyone is pretty familiar with this mode in ChatGPT. And then we have our SEO prompts, and then we have WriterZen. So WriterZen is a fairly newer tool that I've been playing around with. It's been out for a while, but I started using it a lot more recently. There is a lifetime deal on AppSumo. So if you actually wanted to go ahead and get this tool for paying one time instead of paying monthly, I would recommend it. It is a very, very good tool. It has a lot of good reviews, as you can see here, and it's only $79 for the one-time plan. So I would recommend getting this tool because it's a suite of tools in which you can use. So you have the topic discovery tool. I just did a video on this, by the way, if you want to check it out. There's a keyword explorer tool. There's a keyword planning tool, and you can also optimize your content all into one place. And then there's also a plagiarism checker. So there's a lot of different tools included in WriterZen, and for a one-time price, I think it's pretty affordable, and it's also pretty effective. So if you wanted to find topics, you can head over to the keyword explorer, and then let's say we wanted to write on topics related to mortgages. You can search that up, and we can change the region if we like, but it's like a typical keyword research tool, right? It's going to give you keyword metrics, and then you can filter by those metrics to find a keyword that's suitable for you to write on. So what I like to do is I like to filter by word count because I like to find those high long tail words to write about. So best mortgages for first time buyers, 5 mortgages for first time buyers, da da da. So you can go through this list and see whichever keywords you like the best. So no down payment for first time home buyers. These are all good keywords in which you can write about. Let's go ahead. So best ways to save for a house. Sure, this seems like a pretty good keyword. So let's go ahead and copy this over. And then this is the keyword in which we can use to write on. So as you can see, this is a pretty simple way of doing keyword research. You can use WriterZen, you can use Ahrefs, you can even use the Google Keyword Planner. So head over to ads.google.com, and you want to sign in, and you need to create an account. It is free to do so. And once you do so, you can then go ahead and find keywords using this tool. So it's very easy to do so. Just head over to the tools, and then it should be, where is it exactly? It should be under tools, keyword planner. And this is where you can discover new keywords. So again, I can search up mortgages, get results, and I will get a lot of different results for mortgages or ideas in which I would like to write about. So again, this is another easy way for you to get keywords, and this is completely free to use. A lot of tools actually scrape data from the keyword planner. So you're actually going to be getting some really good and up-to-date information if you use the keyword planner. So once you find your keyword, now it's time to write your article. And we're going to be using the same method. These are my SEO prompts. Again, I will leave a link for all of these links in the description below today's video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first prime my AI. So we're going to prime it. And then we're going to go ahead and grab our outline prompt. We're going to copy that over again, outline prompt. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add in our keyword, which is, what was our keyword? I think it was how can I save for a home, but maybe we'll do a different keyword here. So we'll just do the keyword in which we found, which was how to save for a home, how to save for a home. So I'm going to make it just a little bit more relevant for my specific niche, but you can use that direct keyword, or you can add in, some relevancy such as where you live or the year in which you're in. Right, so this is a simple prompt. We're going to run this for the outline, and we're also going to run this in Claude Opus. So the idea of this video is that we're going to try to see which tool is going to give us better outputs. I did a video recently between Opus and GPT4o, and there were some differences between the two outputs. Overall, I did like the quality of the output from Opus, but I found that in terms of readability and even SEO score, GPT4o actually scored a little bit better. So I'm going to be doing a little bit more testing to kind of see which tool is going to be better. And if you guys have any questions or any suggestions or anything that you want me to go over, you can just leave that in the live chat. So the outline is finished, and as you can see here, in terms of speed, GPT4o is way faster. The problem with Claude Opus is that it's kind of slow when it comes to generating content. It is pretty slow, but it's also really good. So, you can't always have it all. And in my opinion, I don't mind waiting a minute or 2 minutes more to get better outputs. So for me, speed is not that big of a deal, but if it's a big of a deal for you, then GPT-4 is actually much faster. So this is our prompt that we're going to use to write the full article, but I'm not going to write section by section because that just takes way too long. So let's now generate the full article. So again, we're going to click run. And we're going to get the first draft, at least, of the full article. But if we just take a look at the streaming here, Opus seems to actually be getting a little bit faster, but definitely GPT4o is a little bit faster. So once this is being loaded up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another tool, which is called Neuron Writer. So these are the tools that I recommend. You don't have to have a bunch of different tools. And the good thing about Neuron Writer, I believe that there's still a lifetime deal as well on AppSumo. So I really, really like lifetime deals. Again, pay one time, you pay about $89 for Neuron Writer, $79 for writers, and at under $200 one-time payment, you get access to these tools forever. So very, very worthwhile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch the keyword, which is how to save for a home in Canada, right? And we're going to do Canada because obviously we're writing for Canada, and we're going to click start. So again, this is really good because I like using Neuron Writer because we can then get an idea for the content optimization score for our blog post. So the first draft should be finished. Let's just take a look quickly at the word count so we can see the differences. 1,100 words. And 1,300 words. So we actually get more content from GPT-4 compared to Opus. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to expand the article. So we're going to add this to the conversation. And we're going to click expand. And we're going to use Sonnet to do so. And then we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to use GPT 3.5 Turbo 16K, increase the token length, and click run. So when we compare Sonnet to GPT 3.5 Turbo 16K, we see that Sonnet is really, really fast. Turbo 16K is probably a little bit faster, but it's still much faster than Opus. But I really like using this method when we first write the article and then we expand on the article. I just think it makes for way, way better content. So let's go ahead and quickly take a look. Okay, so this is finished. We have some links there. So this is 2,000 words. And this is 2,400 words. So we get a little bit more words from Opus. But let's actually go ahead and try to see if we can tell a difference between the output quality between the two articles. So how to save for a home, and this is Opus. Are you dreaming of owning a home? Assess your current financial situation. Income amount, so monthly budget breakdown. Set a realistic saving goal. Increase your income. Partner with friends and family. Be patient, and a conclusion. Okay, a pretty decent article, I would say, from Opus. And now we're going to test the article that we got back from GPT4o. Okay, introduction, understanding the Canadian real estate market, regional differences, and I find that there's been some issues with the charts from GPT4o. Don't know what's going on there. Setting financial goals, strategies, increasing your income, maintaining a good credit score, success stories, FAQs, internal links, and external links. So not bad, I would say, by any means, from both of these articles, but I would think that the article that we got back from Claude was a little bit better. So let's now quickly check the content optimization score. And this is going to tell us how optimized our content is compared to some of the top ranked blog posts on Google for this specific keyword. So this is going to give us a good gauge as to which AI writer writes a little bit better. So this is the article that we got back from Opus. We're going to AI generate our title, and we're going to AI generate our description. Save and close. So we get a 63 out of 100 while using GPT4o. The GPT4o gave us a score of 63 out of 100, which is not bad. It is just a couple points off of the top ranked and the highest content optimization score for this specific keyword. Because you can see here, it says 68. So that means the highest content optimization score is 68 for this specific keyword on Google. So right there, it's a 68. So now what we're going to do is we're going to copy over our our article that we got back. And this, I believe, yep, this is from Opus. So let's see what's the difference. So 62. So a difference of 1, not that big of a deal. So Opus gave us 62, and GPT4o gave us 63. So a difference of 1. So I wouldn't say that that is a considerable difference. Let's go ahead and check our readability scores. And if you don't know what readability is, essentially readability is how readable your content is. So how skimmable it is, how easy it is to read for, let's say, a non-native English speaker. So when we paste in this content, it says that it has a readability score of grade 11. So that means that some of your content may be too complex for people to read, right? Because when you think about your content that you're putting online, you need to be able to make it be readable for every type of person, not just people that are native English speakers, are those that have a high vocabulary. So you need to aim for a score of maybe grade 9 or less than that, because then everyone will be able to read your content. It will be easy to read, and people will be able to understand what you're saying. So that's why it's important to have a low readability score. And I found that Opus usually was good at having a low readability score, but for some reason lately it has not been as good in terms of readability. So let's go ahead and copy back over the content that we got from GPT4o. And GPT4o is also a grade 11. So I guess both of them are not the greatest when it comes to readability. Let me just double check and make sure that I copied over. This is, yeah, so they're both a grade 11. So I would say you need to add some prompts into your content to make it more readable. And that can be just telling it to write in very, very simple language. Tell it to write for aim for grade 8. Write in a way that's more human-like. I have my low AI prompts, and I'll try to link that below. But my low AI prompts tells AI to write in a more human-like manner, and I find that that really helps when it comes to writing content in a more human-like way. Yes, if someone has a topic, they can give it over, they can send it in the chat, and I can write a quick article using that topic. But when it comes down in terms of just the actual quality of the content and when you're actually reading it, I do like Claude over GPT4o. I just find that Claude is able to write more in-depth content. It's not very generic. It's able to get a little bit more in the weeds and bring you nuanced responses compared to GPT4o. So overall quality, I would have to go with Opus over Claude. In my latest video, I actually gave you guys a nice breakdown. So if you want to check out that video, it should be one of the latest videos on this channel. So if you take a look at this, in terms of, remove this, in terms of readability, Opus was grade 11 and GPT4o was good. SEO score, we got similar SEO scores. AI detection was both AI detected, but the format and links was better, and the overall quality I find was better from Opus. Online police verification in India. Okay, we can do something on that very quickly. So this is how I would approach writing an article like that. So we're going to be writing an article about the online police verification in India. So this is how I write most of my articles. I would suggest using Claude just because it's better, in my opinion, on writing on specific topics like this. Like, that's a very, very specific topic, right? So first thing, obviously, what we want to do is we want to copy over our prompt for the system. We have a lot of people in this document. That's good. And then what we're going to do is now we're going to copy over our prompt for the outline. And then we're going to insert our keyword, which is online police. Okay, so now that we have our prompt, sorry, our topic, we're going to run that. A couple things in which you can do before that, you can actually, or once you're generating the outline, I can simply copy over this, copy it over from this section here. And I can head on to Google. And I can see, you know, what's some of the top ranked blog posts. And if this is like something that's very up to date, what I can do is I would actually go into that website, right? Because this is more up to date. So let's go into the website and we're going to copy over our information here. Let's just say that this is the information that we need to use. I'm not sure. or maybe it's this one, I'm not sure. But if this was the information that I wanted to include, I would actually go ahead and copy over that information and then head back over to Claude, and we can add it to the conversation. And then what I would do is I would tell it to when writing, include this information. So you can actually do that by including it into the system prompt, or you can use it like how I did. So now that we're kind of set up, I'm going to also tell it to write the full article. Start writing the full article. And we can click run. So now that's going to start running. And I always recommend, if you're writing on more up-to-date information, it is very, very important for you to actually feed that information into the AI, because GPT4o, I believe, is trained up to October of 2023. So there's still a little bit of lag in terms of, up-to-date information. I'm not sure exactly when Opus was trained up to, but again, it's never going to have more up-to-date information, especially when it comes to specific regions and things of that nature. So what you can do is you can tell the AI to write the content, but then you can feed it in more information that's relevant, more information that's up to date, and that allows you to then be able to write content that's actually going to be factual, that's going to be correct, that you don't need to proofread or you need to add in your own information. So once this is finished writing, then all you have to do is either, if you like the content, you can just use it, or if you want to, you can use the prompt that I use to expand the content, and then you can expand the content to include more information. But essentially, that's the process in which I would use to write the full article. So, Priya, if you like to send me over your email and I can send you over this article, that would be good. What I'll do for you is I'll even expand it once more. So you can use my expanded prompt, or you can just tell the AI to expand, because usually it does a pretty good job at expanding it. So the order of the prompts would be system prompts first, and then outline prompt, and then the prompt for the full article, and then expansion prompt if you want to expand it. Okay, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this live stream. I will send this over to you. Priya, if you want to send me over your email, I'll send you over this article. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you guys prefer Opus or you prefer Claude. Or you prefer GPT4o. Let me know which ones you think is better for your specific niche. I do think that GPT4o is much better than GPT-4. It's much better at listening to instructions, but there's certain things that it does that I don't really like. But when it comes to actual content, I do really, really like Opus. It does a really good job. The problem is that Claude Opus is probably a little bit more expensive than GPT-4o, and not everyone has access to Opus, like using the API. It's a little bit more, I would say it's a little bit harder to use the API or the playground mode compared to GPT-4o. But again, once you use it for a bit, it becomes pretty easy. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video and today's live stream. If you did, give us a big thumbs up, leave me a comment. And if you would like to check out my my tool WordRocket, you can check it out for completely free. It is pretty good at writing long form content. We are integrating Claude, Opus, and GPT-4 soon. So if you'd like to check it out for yourselves, you can check it out for now, and you can get a plan and you will get access to all of those features in the future as it becomes available. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.